These are solutions to the GCSE Revision worksheet on equations. Question number 1, part A. Work out the value of k when e equals minus 2. We need to substitute e equals minus 2 into this formula. K is equal to 3 lots of minus 2 plus 5. 3 lots of minus 2 is minus 6. And we add on the 5, minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1. Next one, we have an equation with letters on both sides. 4y plus 3 equals 2y plus 14. Let's get rid of the 2y over here. That unbalances the equation. We balance things up by taking away 2y here. That leaves us with 2y on the left hand side. So we have 2y plus 3 is equal to 14. This is solvable. Something plus 3 is 14. What is it? The something is 11. So this must be worth 11. Then 2 lots of my missing number give me 11. 2 lots of what give me 11? 2 lots of 5.5. Next question. You could expand out the bracket to get 3x minus 15 is 21 and solve. Or alternatively, you could recognise that 3 lots of the bracket give me 21. Therefore the bracket must be equal to 7. So therefore x minus 5 is 7 and x is equal to 12. And then finally part D, you have an inequality. N is an integer. That just means that n is a whole number. Write down all the possible values of n. You have to write down all the whole numbers in between minus 3 and 4. But you can't include minus 3 or 4 because n is bigger than minus 3 and n is less than 4. So minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 2, exactly the same type of question as we've just done. N is an integer. This time n is bigger than or equal to minus 1 but less than 4. So on this time we can include the minus 1 because we've got the equal sign underneath, but we still can't include 4. So all of the possible whole numbers are 0, minus 1 through to 3. This is a picture of an inequality. It tells you that x is in between 3 and minus 4. The solid circle tells you that x can be equal to minus 3, and the hollow circle tells you that x cannot be equal to 4. So the symbols are that way around. Part C, solve the inequality. We solve an inequality in exactly the same way as we would solve an equation. So something take away 2 equals 5. The something will be 7. But don't write the equal sign. Still continue to write the inequality sign in the same way. Y is greater than 7 divided by 3. And leaving it in that form is fine. Question 3. Probably worth expanding the bracket on this one. 3 lots of x minus 2 is 3x minus 6. That equals x plus 7. Get rid of the x on the right hand side. We have to get rid of the x on the left hand side to balance things up. That leaves us with 2x minus 6 on the left hand side, and that leaves us with 7 on the right hand side. Something minus 6 is 7. 13 take away 6 is 7, so the 2x is worth 13. And then 2 times something is 13. What is it? Divide the 13 by the 2 to find out that x is equal to 6.5. And then question 3, part B. Something divided by 5 is equal to 1. What number when you divide it by 5 gives you 1? Well, 5 divided by 5 is 1, so this must be worth 5. And then 2 take away something is equal to 5. What number when you subtract it from 2 gives you 5? Normally taking away makes the answers smaller. This time the answer is bigger, and the reason is because we're taking away a negative value. 2 take away negative 3 would give 5, because taking away a negative is the same as adding. Oops. So y is minus 3. Question number 4 again, write down all the possible values that m is an integer. It can't be equal to -2, it's got to be bigger, but it's less than or equal to 3. So -1, 0, 1, 2, or 3. And in part B, we solve this inequality in exactly the same way as we solve the equations with letters on both sides. Take the 3x's off there, and we have to take 3x's off there to keep things balanced. So that leaves us with 4x minus 9 is less than 4. Add the 9 to get 13. Divide by the 4. X is less than 13 over 4. Question number 5. We have a triangle. We're told that the two angles at the bottom, ABC and BCA, so that one and that one, are equal. That means that this is an isosceles triangle. Now in an isosceles triangle, as well as two angles being equal, two sides are also equal. So what we can do is we can form an equation using that fact in these two sides here. And if we solve that equation, we find out the value of x. And once we know x, we can work out the length of all the sides. If x is 6, then 2x is a 12. 19 take away x is 13. And we would expect this one to be the same as its isosceles, but let's just check. If x is 6, 3 times 6 is 18. 18 take away 5 is 13. The question asks us to work out the perimeter of the triangle. We add up the lengths of all the sides. 13 plus 13 plus 12 gives us 26 plus 12. The perimeter is 38 centimeters. Finally, question number 6. The diagram shows a garden in the shape of a rectangle. All measurements are in meters. The perimeter is 32 meters. You should know that opposite sides of a rectangle are the same length. Using that information, we can form an expression, form a formula for the perimeter of the whole shape. The perimeter is the 4 plus 3x plus the 4 plus 3x plus the x plus 6 plus the x plus 6, which simplifies to 8x plus 20. We're told that the perimeter is 32, so therefore we can form the equation 8x plus 20 is 32, and we can solve that equation. Something plus 20 is 32. What is it? It's 12, so therefore 8x must be 12, and 8 multiplied by something gives us 12. We have to find out what x is to divide the 12 by the 8. Doesn't go in exactly, but if you simplify the fraction by dividing top and bottom by 4, that's the same as 1 1/2.